and welcome to this edition of VG Facts 5 Trivia. Today we're taking a look at the mistakes that were made on various box arts. Some of these are pretty well known, and many of you likely have these games yourselves. However, some are a little more obscure, so let's take a look. The Imagine series of games, published by Ubisoft for the Nintendo DS, are a set of casual games for new and young gamers. Many people would likely see these games as shovelware, a term used for low-quality games created to make a quick buck. Because of this, it's perhaps not surprising that their box arts hold a number of mistakes, particularly when it comes to obtaining the rights to stock images. On the box art of several games in the series, including Imagine Happy Cooking and Imagine Babies, a watermark can be seen for iStockPhoto. iStockPhoto is a website that deals in selling stock photography. It seems the designer for these box arts forgot to actually buy the rights to the images and copied them straight off of this site instead. The watermarks only seem to be on the European versions of the games. While it's possible that this occurs in other games within the franchise, to be honest, there's a lot of Imagine games with varying box arts, and we can't dedicate all of the video to just one series. When making box art for a game, designers tend to consider how appealing and eye-catching it would be to the average consumer. This perhaps shouldn't be the case. The most important thing should probably be spelling the game's name correctly before you send the designs out for print. Someone managed to forego this thought process entirely with Naruto Powerful Shippuden and One Piece Unlimited Cruise SP. Both games have their titles misspelled on the side of the box art. These are somewhat excusable considering they're on the side of the box, but what probably isn't excusable is getting a game's name wrong on the front cover, as is the case with Rayman Hoodlum's Revenge. The apostrophe in Hoodlums is placed incorrectly, resulting in the name coming across as a single hoodlum getting its revenge, and not multiple hoodlums, as is actually intended. The Mario Kart series has a large quantity of games under its belt, all receiving high praise. Many of these games try to incorporate the game's new features in the box art. One example is in Mario Kart 8, where the box shows the anti-gravity mechanic allowing players to defy physics. Although, perhaps, this disorienting mechanic caused the box art designers to become confused as well. They managed to place both Mario and Peach driving the wrong way on the game's course compared to the other drivers. It's also possible that the box art is simply showing off the game's battle mode, in which racers drive along standard courses in both directions. An indisputable mistake appears on the box art for Mario Kart Double Dash, where the L on Luigi's hat appears to be mirrored. And this can't be a display of the game's mirror mode, as the text on DK's cart is normal. The back of a game's box usually tries to sell a game's features. This ranges from quotes by members of the press to big bold writing to make you feel like this is a game that will beat all others. However, it would seem that several publishers forgot to check the spelling of these selling points. This is the case with Sonic Colors on the Wii, in which they state that Sonic can preform new moves, as opposed to performing them, of course. Another title with this mistake is Drive Club, where the box art makes a suggestive claim that buying the game will allow you to race in hundreds of online and offline players. Capcom has a long history of box art mistakes that seem to encompass every imaginable variable. On the box of Resident Evil Revelations for the Nintendo 3DS, Capcom managed to spell the game's name incorrectly. This was issued to early buyers of the game and was later fixed. Capcom later released a statement saying they were embarrassed by the mistake and that they were cautiously optimistic that they won't be seeing this happen again. On the box art delivered to reviewers in the PAL region, Asura's Wrath featured a mistake stating the game included relentless action and near impossible challenges. Capcom later confirmed that these would not appear in the retail copy of the game. On a side note, while not box art, Capcom have made spelling mistakes in other areas of marketing. The company spelled their name wrong in a copyright notice at the end of a Steel Battalion trailer. Another mistake was advertising that players could receive an exclusive Mercenaries map for pre-ordering Resident Evil 6. This seemed to be an accidental combining of the words mercenaries and merchandise. This one stands out as being particularly bad due to Capcom infamously including paid DLC on game discs at the time of release, with players having to pay extra to access the content they already physically had. That's all for today, but why not subscribe to the Did You Know Gaming channel to keep up with future VG Facts videos, or follow VG Facts on Facebook and Twitter. Got an idea for a list? Let us know in the comments and we might just pick up on it. Or why not check out some of these older videos, or some of these better videos called JonTrons. I copyrighted it. I didn't. Don't take it from me.